let's talk about Smoke. This is a new TV show that is on Apple TV. It follows two arsonist investigators that team up. No, it's an arsonist investigator that teams up with a police detective that go on a race to stop two arsonists that are causing chaos around the city.
Yeah. And like, whatever you expect, you're wrong.
Yeah,
You're
we're gonna do
massively
a lot of spoilers in this one.
We had the season finale on Friday.
Yeah,
And shout out to the team at Apple because they were providing us with a lot of stuff.
yeah. Apple likes us, boy.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I
We
think
like Apple as well.
We love Apple.
At the moment, still.
Yeah.
At the moment, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job still.
I feel like I really want to see the pyrotechnics behind how they did this because this is a very practical based show.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of actual live fires.
Yeah, from the opening scene, that was intense. When he's like battling, when he's by himself in the house that's burning down on him, that was like, oh shit! Like we were really playing with fire, like really getting to the visual styles of fire.
And it's not even just that. The opening credits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is beautiful chaos. That is like fire is always beautiful to look at. I don't care who you are, but when you see fire, there's something magical about it that you just stare at. And this film plays with the magic of it and the extreme dangers of it as well.
It's enchanting.
Yeah.
Like, you can stare at it, but it's hard for you to turn your back away from fire.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what the premises is. It's hard for you to turn your back from fire. And in this case, you see why people become so enticed to start a fire.
Yeah. I think that's what the film really dives into, the show, I should say, really dives into people that have experienced horrible PTSD from fire, but people that have been conditioned or experienced something that had a huge amount of fire in their past that has now made them behave a certain way.
As a result of their relationship with fire.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, where do we start? So basically, this is also based off of a true story.
Yeah.
So it was inspired by a podcast called Firebug.
Yeah.
And this was a true crimes podcast following an arsonist called John Leonard Orr, and he did fires from 1984 to 1999. Yeah. 1999 was officially when he was arrested. He was actually a serial arsonist, mass murderer, and former firefighter. He was a firefighter that became a investigator / arsonist.
Yeah, which is, spoiler alert, the show.
Yeah, that is the show for you.
Because we found out, what's the actor's name again?
Taron Egerton.
Which is a really good. He's a really good actor.
Phenomenal actor. So he plays a guy called Dave Goodson.
Yeah, Dave Goodson. And you find out, I think it's within the first or second episode that he's the one that's he's one of them causing the
yeah,
fires.
because like as I think it's the first episode, isn't it? Afterwards, when he's walking out the store.
Yeah,
and you're like,
oh shit, okay, this is what we're doing.
It's you.
All along.
Oh.
Damn. What's that clip of Ice Cube? It was you.
It was you. Damn. Oh, we're gonna have to eventually watch that film.
Bro, I'll watch that film, bro. That's the war of the worlds within myself, bro, watching that film.
He's one of the arsonists, along with a guy called Freddie who works at like a KFC or Chick-fil-A.
I really liked Freddie's performance. He was scary as hell. Because he seemed like he represent the working class person that the world just was not treating the best. And he literally just wanted to have the whole world burn. Like, he was a villain. And he did horrendous acts.
But you understood why.
Yeah.
Because... let's spoil it.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil it. But okay. he became relatable in the sense of someone that wants to make it in the world, but
the world keeps kicking him down.
Yeah.
So to put backstory, he'd been in and out of the foster system throughout his childhood, and then he eventually stayed at this one house from like 15 to like 18.
Yeah, around his early teens.
And then once he turned 18, they basically were like, yeah, we're not getting any money from you.
Yeah,
deuces.
So he's left in the streets to...
He's left in the streets, and what he does essentially is he goes back to the house and kills everyone with a fire.
Crazy. Yeah. And that's the start of it.
That's the start of his when he started doing it.
Normally it's a kid that kills ants and starts becoming a serial killer.
Yeah.
He went straight for the kabam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from there he was doing a madness. I just like the performance.
But then he stopped.
He did stop, yeah.
And he was working in this like Chick-fil-A, KFC type thing.
Yeah.
He tried to go into management. They said no. And when...
Let's be real, he was never going to get that job.
But like, it was...
When he went for that interview and it was like, oh, what's the key value of a customer? And he was like, deservative. You know how you speak slow. Like, bro, you're not getting this job. Why do you think you're
And it was like, you knew he was starting to become tapped because he'd look at the fire in a type of way. Because he was the one that was the fryer, innit?
Yeah.
So he'd always be touching the fire and he would burn himself and he was used to it.
Yeah.
So like, he just started looking at the fire weird. And then that's when you see the first incident where he just randomly goes to this couple that are having fun. Where he goes to this bar or whatever.
Yeah.
He sees this couple and he follows them because they were having fun and they're happy and they get what he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And he just kills them.
I found that very, like, not moving, but I was, like, very, like, oh, shit. Because the detectives were so quick to figure out he did this because they had fun. Because they was like, oh, why did they go for him? And the people were explaining, oh, before they got attacked, they were at the bar, they were drinking, they were talking. And all the detectives were like, oh, so they were having fun. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, an arsonist is someone that... What they were depicting in the show is like an arsonist is someone that wants to see everything burn. He doesn't like happiness, doesn't like other people experience happiness. And that was their motives. And to find out that the arsonist that we were following all along is a part of that as well. He wants to see complete chaos as well. So I really liked how he digged into that. I didn't like the fact that obviously he gets captured. Freddy gets taken down.
Bro, that episode where he gets caught.
That's hard. Freddy, I don't want to die.
No, it's not even just that one. It's when he's like, I'm here. Don't worry, man, I'm here. And then you just see Taron Egerton, aka Dave, with a whole boner.
Oh shit, that was cold. Yeah.
And
yeah,
the thing is,
cold.
like, my guy tried to cheat on his wife, but he has ED, erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
So like, he was getting off at the idea of this whole situation. And I was like, oh, that's...
He did some really good detective work though, because he's so used to doing the crimes himself. He was
got
like the
into the
perfect person
mindset.
to get him. And obviously Freddy became somewhat like a friendship with a customer that constantly goes there.
She gave him the trim for his interview.
Yeah, he went to her house. He's trying to kill her. She's standing there, he's putting gasoline all over the floor. She's crying for help. And then Taron
Egerton.
Okay, I'm not gonna get that right. He comes through, he throws the gun. He points the gun at him. He's about to light the fire. He sees what's going on. He goes,
shoots.
He turns the gun upside down and flings it like a boomerang. Knocks Freddy down or makes him unaware to light the fire. And then he gets the hose or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's the extinguisher. No,
extinguisher.
Yeah, he gets it, pulls it.
And then my guy's looking up at him. She's like, oh my God. And he's got a whole thing. And then like everyone's looking like, what the fuck?
He's turned the fuck onto that shit. Yeah. But finding that out, and then obviously Freddy, he kills himself in the prison cell. I didn't like that storyline. I feel like he was... I guess the show was trying to say that he wasn't a main character, but the way he dies, and then the story just carries on, and we kind of just
that
don't
annoyed
even,
me.
mention him anymore. It's like,
yeah. So his I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce his name correctly, but his
performance is really good.
Natare Manawan.
Yeah.
He's a American Ugandan actor.
Oh, he was incredible.
Yeah, and he does stage, so it shows.
Okay, he was incredible.
Yeah, and he does documentaries as well.
Okay, dope.
But yeah, like I really want to see more of his works. I can't. He was in Blood Diamonds.
Oh shit. Fair.
Of course he was NCN. Was it CIS?
He was CIS.
He was in CIS.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair.
Um,
Yeah, that was sick. I think the next like turning point for this show was probably the second to last episode where shit goes. This is where the story kind of turns completely because now we're about to, well, the whole squad has now realized that this is the guy. He's the other arsonist, but they
Yeah.
can't prove it yet. So they're doing all types of ways to figure out how to nab him, and they're close. They're close to nabbing him, but the side story is that the female detective.
who is working with the arsonist investigator called. So her name is Michelle Cadero.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that actress's first name.
Oh, that's not Smollett.
Yeah, Smollett.
Smollett is her surname.
Journey Smollett. Someone's gonna butcher me and be like, "You should know," but like,
No, we should-
allow me.
we should-
She
we shouldn't know, though.
she was in Love Country.
Yeah,
So
that's what she's mostly known for.
Yeah, you know she can do these action based roles.
Yeah, I
And
love
she-
that her side story connects towards the end. Obviously, she has this weird relationship with her boss at the time where she was having an affair. Well, he was having an affair with her. Well, he was literally. You know what? This is where it's like this is a prime example of when you fall in love with your side chick because her boss. They were messing with each other. He was married, but he was willing to leave his wife and kids to be with her. She said, "I'm not doing that." He already did it, and he's like, "I already left my wife and kids. What do you mean? We're meant to be together." Da, da, da. And obviously, she gets demoted.
Bear in mind, she had been. He was going at her house. She would call him when she was having moments. She had a very troubled childhood.
Yeah, of course.
Her mum tried to set her on fire.
Yeah, because she was addicted to meth. So like that storyline ties in towards the second to last episode, where she's with the detective, essentially her boss. They're having a talk. It seems like everything's been smoothed over.
Yeah,
And
and then
great.
she was like, "Oh, let's go hang out at yours." You could tell that he like.
I think she was initiating.
Bro, she knew that his house was empty because he's just left his wife. She was seeing all the boxes, so she knew he was going through something.
Yeah, but she pulled out last minute because he was like this, and he's like, "No, I thought we were friends."
Also, actually, I have a question. So, like, obviously, he's like, "No, but you were trying it on with me. You came over, you asked me here, and da da da." And then, like, she hits him. How did he die?
How did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, because she punched him in his throat, so his windpipe, he couldn't breathe. That's why he took out his pocket and gave her the pen. Cause he was meant to, she meant to get the pen and poke it so he can have a new air hole. But she, bruv, I watched that clip.
She was so pathetic.
That was a good 5 minutes of her just look at him like, oh shit, I can let him die. And then he died, and then she started crying. I was like, bruv.
And then she's having flashbacks of when they were like cuddled up having pillow
Like,
talk.
Brother, do you hear the pillow talk they were having? She was like, he was like, if you smile, smile if you love me. And she's like, I was like, what's going on? I was like, so you don't want to, you don't want him to leave his wife.
But you were doing that.
You're doing that. She's like, I was like, oh.
But she's tapped in it.
But
Like,
she kills him. And then she realizes that what she's done, so she does what she knows best, start a fire. But when she starts this fire, she realizes that she has to pin it on someone. And then she goes in her car and realizes she's got a piece of Dave's belongings, which is gloves. So she leaves it there, trying to set him up. And then we have the season finale, where it's like everything kind of.
And bear in mind, a lot of stuff happened before. So like she teamed up with Dave's previous partner, Ezra.
That he got fired.
Yeah.
Because he was also trying to get him nabbed as well.
And he said, "Oh, like he's not okay because he shot himself in the foot."
I feel sorry for him, man, because he just wanted to be he's actually a good detective.
He's a good detective, but he turned into such a bum. And he was like, they were like, "Are you okay? What are you on?" He's like, "Well, maybe a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. But you know what? It's the morning, bro. You have a cocktail of drugs in your system."
Yeah, he was lit. He was like that song we played.
The Amoris.
Yeah, he took all those drugs, pills, everything.
Hey.
There's a lot of characters, and you know what I love. There's so much characters in this, but have their own little side stories that's going on, and at some points it all ties in certain episodes. And I think the finale happens where there's still a lot of questions to be answered, but it gives you enough answers where you're like, okay, I'm excited for next season.
Because also, okay, so her mum is like potentially going on parole.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna come out of jail, and like the second to last episode, she meets up with her sister-in-law, and she's like, yeah, so like she's coming, and she's like, she's gonna bring out the worst out of your husband, which is her brother.
When we finally see her in person, we're gonna see how she rocks.
I think she's doing her stuff again. I'm telling you, she's on that BS.
Probably, yeah, probably. Like you mentioned it off camera that she might be the person that's starting these new fires, because in the last episode we see this huge fire come about. I know she has a past of doing fires. She's coming out of jail, and now she might be the new arsonist. So we don't know.
I'm telling you,
a lot of things are unfolding.
Michelle is become addicted.
It felt like she was. It felt like at the last episode she was like slowly enjoying fire.
Because, like, she already has that really weird relationship with fire as a result of her mum, innit?
Yeah. So I feel like now her mum's coming back is gonna spark something in her, literally that spark like a fire in her to do more. And obviously
it's ignited.
I need to get the drums. I'm gonna get the drums soon. I'm gonna get the drums soon. But I guess the big reveal is the fact that we find out that our protagonist has mixed personalities, and his whole time he was perceived as this fit, macho white man, I should say, but in reality he was an overweight man that's bold and he splits himself into two personalities, one being a hero and one being this pathetic guy.
Basically, he was an incel. Pretty
much. There was a lot of like incel comments he would mention throughout this whole season. It was very interesting seeing our actor in this position, because I always see him like play like the likable character.
Yeah, so it was like weird, because I was like, a part of me wanted to root for him, because Taron has always had those characters. Yeah. But then you're just like, you're a horrible person.
You're doing too much.
Like,
Killed
you're
kids.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, he did too much.
No, remember when he got Ezra to light that random caravan, and it turned out there was dogs in there?
Oh yeah. He's like, I didn't know that. I swear, I didn't know that. Or even like his sexual fetish that he was into.
Oh, like he was into fire play.
Yeah.
And it like burnt his ex-wife.
Yeah. Left scars on her because he was playing with fire on her. It's insane, but it's a really good show. I recommend a lot of people to watch it. Obviously, it has been announced that season 2 is happening, so we do have that to look forward to as well. Be nice to see where to take it. There's a lot of angles they can take the show.
Yeah, and it's like it's a proper like thriller, like a proper noir thriller.
Yeah, so much elements.
Because like you could actually hear he was writing a noir about the fire things. Yeah. So he was treating himself like a detective at the beginning, and he was like recording. He was like, so there was this fire, and
and I love that. The show really was playful. I thought it was gonna be really like dark. Obviously it is, but there was moments where it was like it got a little playful and a little bit campy, a little bit silly, goofy. Yeah.
Like even when the guy who worked at the KFC.
The white guy.
No. Freddie.
Yeah.
He has one best friend at his workplace, the white guy.
Yeah.
And so he takes him to like this like rundown like thought park or playground or whatever.
Yeah, like a theme park.
And they're like hanging out and they're having a beers, because he basically was like sacked off his work and was like, I'm leaving. And he starts freaking out his colleague, and he says, you need to leave in this time. Yeah. So then you're stressed, and then at the back of his mind, as he's walking, he kept thinking that Freddie was behind him.
Oh yeah, I'll be paranoid.
No, and then so like, do you remember? It looked like he was walking behind him, and then he turned around and he disappeared. And I was like, wait, so that was his imagination. I was stressed. Because he gave him a set of directions, and he said, if you don't do that way, you're screwed.
Yeah, and his directions were very like
specific.
I'm not
gonna remember that shit.
I'm not remember this. Not risk at all. The thing is, Freddy's so scary, but he's such an old man. Like, you can easily just push him and he'll fall. But like, the aura of like you feel like he can do a lot of more damage, and which he can. It's sad that his character died. I would really
Oh,
wish that his
yeah.
character was alive in prison. I wanted to get more of an understanding
Like,
of what he was
imagine
doing.
if he started doing arsons in prison.
Ooh. Ooh. Or he was the guy that helps them get the other arsonists because he knows about them.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
That'd have been sick.
Yeah.
Because he kills himself, and obviously, I like the fact that you saw visuals of his life
life.
going through it in his eyes. That was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was a really good show.
Visually, it was also stunning as well.
Yeah.
I really want to see the behind the scenes. Apple, I want to see the behind the scenes.
I'm sure we're gonna get that because this feels like a very technical production. Like, I'm sure they had to caption some of it.
They had to. There's no way, because they would have to have practiced a lot of the fires beforehand before even doing it on set. So like, I definitely would want to see the behind the scenes stuff because, oh my gosh, it's so fascinating. There's this one scene where Dave's character is doing a like firefighter instructor class about the dangers of fire and how it's like beautiful chaos and it just happens by chance. And so there's like a fire there and there's a fire there and two random bins and there's a fire behind him.
Yeah.
It's just like, how did they plan this?
Yeah.
How did they make sure that it was safe on set? Because there were so many like different variables that would have made it such a danger.
Yeah.